Nagka-jowa lang, hindi ka nakilala. So, kapag in love kayo, iniisip nyo, yung friends natin, di naman sila mawawala. Maintindihan naman nila kasi nandito na yung forever ko. Teka lang, parang si Benny Boy yung lumabas. Ano? Ayun na. What's up guys, Benedict here. It's been a while. Welcome back to another episode of Ben Connects. And for today's episode, ang pag-uusapan natin ay all about friendship. Ang segment ng Ben Connects, dito natin pag-uusapan yung mga bagay na nangyari na, nangyayari pa lang, at yung mangyayari in the future. O diba? Advance tayo mag-isip. And dating gawin, babasahin ulit natin yung mga binigay niyong questions on Instagram. Hindi lahat ng friendship pare-parehas. Some friendship becomes stronger in certain amount of time, and other friendship naman, you just grow apart, no, as time goes by. And we don't want the other and we don't want the other aspect. I'm sure kayo, napakarami nyo ng experience sa friendship. And ako din, may mga mabubuti, may mga masasama, lesson learned. Nagiging productive ako. And speaking of productivity, I am encouraging everyone na kapag ka sobrang sad na kayo and hindi nyo na alam yung gagawin sa buhay, try to take it easy. Try to fight the feeling, the sadness, and interact with a lot of people. Like ako, sobrang down ng energy ko for the past few weeks. Na-discover ko na when I'm working out, and sabi nga nila, if you're working out, you release a lot of endorphins. Mas nagiging happy ako, mas nagiging productive ako. So I guess in that way, no, mas nalilift ko yung spirit ko. Of course, it's also okay not to be productive, but I would never encourage everyone to be unproductive. Take your time to rest, but also, pag ready na kayo, try to give yourself a little push. Kaya ko to, babangon ako, and I'm gonna be productive, and I'm gonna be better. Without further ado, let's dig in. Let's dig in. Is it okay to demand time sa kaibigan mo, lalo na kapag ka hindi mo sila nakaka-bonding masyado? Depende eh. Like kapag ka itatanong mo yan sa sarili mo, okay lang ba na meron kang kaibigan na mag-demand ng time sa'yo dahil hindi pa kayo nakapag-hangout together? I'm sure maraming factors yan eh. Baka busy siya, baka may pinagdadaanan siya pero hindi nyo na pag-uusapan, or baka naman tinatamad lang talaga siya. So I think demanding in itself, it's not something positive. When you demand for something, it means na nire-require mo yung action from someone. Pwede kang mag-request ng time in a good way. Sabihin mo sa kanya na ang tagal na natin di nagka-catch up, we are starting to grow apart, and I don't want that to happen because you are special to me, you are my friend. Pwede naman tayo makapag-hangout when you're not busy. With that kind of empathy, mas madali natin siya ma-address. Just don't demand anything kapag ka hindi ka aware kung ano yung pinagdadaanan ng tao. Tama ba yun? Parang naging sobrang seryoso yung sinabi ko. Sino yung mga laging drawing sa mga kaibigan mo? I think na-reach ko na yung certain point in my life na pagka tinatamad ako, sasabihin ko sa friend na tinatamad ako umalis ngayon eh. Hindi na yung katulad dati na, ay bawal pala, di pala ako pinayagan ni mama. Di pinayagan ni mama. Aminin nyo, kapag lalabas kayo the next day, wala ka pa sa mood umalis, sinasabi nyo na lang na may gagawin pala ako, or I don't feel well, or hindi ako pinayagan ni mama eh. Alam ko na yung mga ganyan. But I think, to strengthen our friendship, just be honest with them. May time na sila naman magsasabi sa'yo na tinatamad ako lumabas, huwag na tayo umalis. You just accept it, diba? Have you ever been betrayed by your friend? I think I have been. I have been. I think oo. Betrayal in a sense na kunyari, nakipag-align ka dito sa kaibigan mo na, alam mo, wag natin to gagawin sa isa't isa. Pero nangyari. That's betrayal. And I think that's part of growing up. Yun lang talaga yung sasabi ko. And doon mo rin matetest yung sarili mo eh. Gaano kalakas yung faith mo, if you really can trust the person or not, if you're willing to give second chances, nasa sa'yo yan eh. And everything that happens to us, we learn through experience. Na-betray man ako dati, happy na rin ako because it made me who I am today. It made me smarter when it comes to who to trust. From time to time, you would encounter a lot of different people. May mga feeling mo sobrang close na kayo, pero magugulat ka dahil nagawa niya. Like ako, for example, in this industry, medyo shocked ako na, hindi. May magugulat ka na, close tayo ngayon, pero biglang, huyo ka na, parang ganyan. Or biglang nag-fade lang yung friendship nyo. That happens. Maraming sets of people na hindi mo ina-expect na darating sa buhay mo, pero would open your eyes. O, diba? Kahit Chinese ako na open niya yung eyes ko. Do you really need a lot of friends in your life? Depende yan sa tao. Ako, very extrovert, people pleaser. In a way, medyo kailangan ko ng validation minsan na I exist, I make you happy. So I like being surrounded with a lot of people. But some people, introvert man or extrovert, they can survive alone without friends. Pero I think majority of us need someone in our life. But I would say ako, I need people in my life. Yeah. How to avoid peer pressure. Stand your ground. You can always say no, di ba? Doon mo matetest kung totoo silang kaibigan eh. Kapag ka nireject nila yung no mo and they didn't respect your decision, then you might as well stay away. Pero kapag supportive sila, na okay, sige, magsasaya lang kami dito, kaya mo i-try, o sige, go lang. They're being good friends as well. Parang in-encourage ka lang nila, pero hindi ka nila pinipilit. Therefore, nasa iyo yung decision. Kahit na-pressure ka na parang lahat sila nag-e-enjoy, ako na lang hindi. Stand your ground. Pag hindi ka pa ready, pag ayaw mo, wag mong gawin. Do I have to reach out to an old friend na may kasalanan kung bakit hindi na kami friends? 1, gusto mo pa siya sa buhay mo. 2, aware ba siya o hindi na siya yung may kasalanan? 3, tingin mo ba kaya pa siyang isolve? If you really have the desire to fix it, then okay lang to reach out. Sometimes it's okay to swallow your pride kahit siya yung may mali. Kasi malay mo, mahina lang talaga siyang tao. Alam niya nagkamali siya, pero takot siya sa reaction mo. Takot siya na hindi mo na siya tanggapin sa buhay mo. Pero ikaw sa sarili mo, alam mo na kaya mo siyang i-forgive. Naghihintayan lang kayo. Ito yung lagi ko siya na-share sa inyo na you should always try to become the bigger person. Yung pride natin nanggagaling yan sa ayaw nating magpalamang. Naloko tayo, sinaktan tayo. Ibig sabihin, nilamangan tayo, tinake advantage tayo. Nandun nanggagaling yung pride natin. If you really know your friend, you would try to understand kung saan siya nanggagaling. Everything's fixable. Fixable? Everything can be fixed. Totoo yan. Everything can be fixed if you really want to, but you should also learn when to stop. Kasi mamaya 100 times ka nang niloko, tapos ikaw, G na G ka pa din. I forgive you. Ganyan. Ang tawag sa'yo, martyr. What is true friendship? Again, subjective. Pero sa akin, a true friend would always wish the best for you. Kapag ako napansin ko na, oy, parang di siya masaya sa milestone ko dahil may pinagdadaanan siya. Medyo shady, gets mo? Like, parang ikaw sa pamilya mo, kapag ka may pinagdadaanan ka, pero na-witness mo yung milestone ng pamilya mo, magiging happy ka pa rin dun. You should get the same treatment from your friends. A true friend would also love you unconditionally. In general, kapag nagkamali ka, magigets niya kung saan ka nanggagaling. And pagsasabihan ka niya, pero hindi ka niya gagawing enemy. Nagka-jowa lang, hindi ka nakilala. Si Baninay talaga. Medyo guilty din ako dyan. When I first got into a relationship, I barely had time to spend with my friends. First time ko ma-in love. And I guess that's normal. Sometimes hindi healthy na yung buhay mo umiikot lang dun sa partner mo. Sometimes you also have to set aside time to spend with your friends. Siguro kapag in love kayo, iniisip nyo, yung friends natin, di naman sila mawawala. Maintindihan naman nila kasi nandito na yung forever ko. Teka lang, parang si Benny Boy yung lumabas. Namataas yung kilay. Bigyan nyo ng certain time yung sarili nyo. Gusto ko ibigay yung lahat ko sa love life ko for a certain amount of time, and after that, try mo na i-balance ulit lahat. Tama naman na ibigay natin yung 100% natin sa partner natin, pero of course, lagi ka may ititira sa sarili mo. Kasi baka mamaya, knock on wood, pag nawala yung partner mo, tapos biglang feeling mo na shatter na yung world mo, diba? Sayang na sayang. Make sure na kahit nasa relationship ka, put extra effort. Nakamustahin man lang yung kaibigan natin. Kahit hindi tayo physically kailangan pumunta doon. It's so important that we always stay connected to all the people that we love. Ako, to be honest, ang way ko to bond with my friends is kapag ka nagmo-Mobile Legends ako. Mobile Legends ka na naman ng Mobile Legends! Yun yung sinasabi ko sa'yo, Ben! Pagka nagyayaya na sila na, tara, mag-rank tayo, tapos mag-brawl tayo. Gigil na gigil pa rin ako habang naglalaro. Friends won't always take your side. I agree. Hindi ko alam kung hugot yung question niya dito, pero I agree. For example, ako, magkagalit kami nung isang tao, hindi ko i-expect na lahat ng friends ko i-hate siya. That's maturity. Pero nung bata ako, pag galit ako sa kanya, dapat galit din kayo sa kanya. Pag enemy ko siya, dapat enemy nyo rin siya. Diba? Ganun dapat yung mindset natin. Kasi yung mga kaibigan natin, they also have their own lives. They also have their own perspective, diba? Baka naman hate natin yung tao because of our own reasons, pero we shouldn't put that kind of weight to other people. We can still learn it, slowly but surely. My friend is my crush. Nako po, mahirap yan. Make it or break it. Pero hindi imposible. Paano ba yun, no? Kapag ka may crush ka sa friend mo. Kasi yung friendship yung nakasalalay doon. Kasi baka pag umamin ka, ma-awkward siya. Pero pag di ka naman umaamin, hindi ka naging honest sa kanya. Paano kaya yun? Depende sa tao, how courageous you are. Gamayin muna natin yung kaibigan natin bago tayo gumawa ng action. What can you say about toxic friends? Ang toxic friend para sa akin, yung sobrang negative. Like, as a person na who always wants to surround myself with positivity, kapag nakikita ko na sobrang negative ng isang tao, or kapag ka sobrang saya ko, nadadown niya ako, parang ganyan, I feel like I have the obligation to confront that person. Pero if that keeps on happening, you have to protect yourself. Set a limit. limit? Hanggang kailan mo kaya matiis? Magbabago pa ba siya or hindi? At kung hindi siya magbabago, ano yung gagawin mo? If hindi nag-change, you walk away respectfully. But then again, andun pa rin yung question na sila ba yung toxic o ikaw? Paano sisingilin yung best friend mo sa utang niya? Awkward nga nun, no? Kahit super best friend mo siya, pero sinisingil mo na siya. The only way is to really be direct with that person. Kasi hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na utang mo. Parang yun pa yung makasira ng relationship. Learn to be more confrontational kasi best friend mo siya eh. Of all people, ikaw yung mas nakakilala sa kanya. And kailangan mo rin talaga yung pera pabalik. So sabihin mo na rin agad. Ibang utang pala sinasabi niya, no? Utang na loob, patay tayo dyan. Ayun pa, I think ang friends, hindi dapat laging humihingi ng utang na loob. Kasi I would do anything to make my friends happy, to help my friends, without thinking of anything in return. You should never make sumbat. That's very konyo, but like, never say na, alam mo, tinulungan kita dati, dapat ganyan ka sa akin ngayon. That's toxic. Real talk lang tayo dito. Walang atake-atake. How to avoid growing apart? Effort. Ako nag-e-effort ako siya hindi nag-e-effort. Okay lang yun minsan, kasi friend mo naman siya Minsan may mood talaga tayo na ayoko mag-effort sa kahit saan. Pero kung totoong kaibigan ka, like I said, nothing in return. You would make effort to strengthen that friendship. Doon talaga nagkakaproblema, no? Kapag ka feeling mo, sobrang dami mong nabibigay, yung expectation natin, yun yung nakaka-ruin ng relationship. Sa akin, bigay ka lang ng bigay. Maniwala ka. Good karma lagi yan. Thank you for sending all the questions. I think yun talaga yung pinaka-key takeaway ko sa vlog na to. It's really so wonderful for you to keep on giving without expecting anything in return. Of course, lagi mo titignan yung mga magagandang bagay sa ibang tao. If you have other questions about friendship, pag-usapan natin yun sa comment section. Comment below. Peace out. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again on my next video. That's it.